And we return after a short break to watch game number 3 of X3 versus Rise Esports. First game goes to Rise Esports, very easy. Game 2 goes for X3, not just as easy, but it looked like they were in control from start to finish. So game 3, and I think that these lanes and the transition from lanes, the first move is very important in Division 2. It's not like in Division 1 where you always have these back and forths. It's much less dynamic than that. A lot of less moves are being played by the teams, and then we see it as
10
it's just
seconds remaining.
both of the teams were radiant when they won. Both of the teams were
5
last pick when
seconds
they won.
remaining.
So by that statistic, X3
Radiant
should
team ban.
That's really how Dota works. Probably not. Again, the Beastmaster will get banned out, and Sugarrat will not get his hero. So I guess Lina Brood is going to be the bans from X3.
10 seconds remaining.
Should have probably gone through
5
through
seconds
their IDs
remaining.
before they got into the lobby. But they might throw away a couple of
Dire
seconds of their
team
reserve
ban.
time. Goodbye, Brood.
Radiant team ban.
Sometimes you are letting go of the bonus time just so you can think for the future. But Rise Esports, they ban out the Enigma. So they don't want to see it, they don't want to hear it, they don't want to feel it. They just don't want it in their game. So Enigma is going to be taken out now. They're targeting Sugarrat, and really he does have a bit of a small hero pool. He was good in the previous game, but you know,
team pick.
once again, the whistling.
Team pick.
DP doesn't want to hear that one. We saw what happened in the previous one. Again, it's going to be the Phoenix. I again don't like it. Ursa, is that going to be the response from Rise? Or do they have something else? They go for the Ursa. So same opening as in the previous game. The only thing that is different is that the Enigma has been banned out. So now again, covering for the Ursa. The Venos, the Vipers, of course, there is going to be a Snapfire as well. If this Enigma hadn't been banned out, we could have been seeing another similar or maybe even the same game. I don't know if I've ever seen a same draft twice, like completely save.
10 seconds.
Rise, I don't know what they banned out the second there. I know they banned out the Veno on their third ban in the second phase, but I don't know what they banned out as their second one in the second phase.
Team ban.
Bat, yeah, that's right. They're gonna remind me because they're gonna go for the exact same heroes. So, Rubik being taken out, understandably so. It's actually surprising to me that the Rubik hasn't been picked at all in this series.
10 seconds.
Hero that we usually say. I would have expected the Rubik to come out from X3 as soon as they see the Death Prophet, but okay. We have seen so many Rubiks in the DPC, in Division 1 especially, just steal the Spirit Siphon, run in, and you have this unkillable Rubik that is actually doing a ton of damage as well, and then he just finishes people off with the Fade Bolt. Zap, zap, zap. So... Rise, it's Veno, right? I mean, we already went through this, Rise. Don't act like you don't know what you're gonna ban. We're gonna hear... nothing. It's gonna be the Tiny that is not gonna be the part of the lineup right now. So they are targeting X3, and I really have to say X3's hero pools are very, very, very limited. So that is something to keep in mind if you're Rise.
Radiant team, Dire team pick.
Tusk comes out. That is one that has been banned out. That's a little bit different. Could be a mid lane Tusk. Actually does contribute quite a lot to the damage of the Marcy. Nadine Arwell has played it in the past quite successfully, I might add. I'm talking about previous DPC tours. I don't know if he has played it this tour. In their game against YNT, no. In their game against Hydra, no. So first time they're picking at this DPC tour, but he has played it in the past. We are going to be seeing a Centaur. Blizzy played it in game number 1. He did quite well on it. A lot better than on the DK. He likes these AoE stunners. Blizzy first got popular in his time in Na'Vi for his axe plays. That is AoE stun. I don't want single target bullshit. I want to be able to show off my skills, my understanding of when to jump, and on my ability to catch multiple heroes. And he's going to be getting a Centaur yet again.
Radiant team pick. Level Shaman. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. 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 Radi
Oh, there it is. There's the Shadow Shaman, something that we saw from them. When did I cast that one? I'm gonna say on the 9th, but of course we are gonna know on the 7th. On the 7th, they played this
10
exact
seconds
duo
remaining.
offlane. They had different heroes on the other ones as well. Though,
5
but
seconds remaining.
you know, so it's gonna be another double push from Rise. This time around, though, it is gonna be coming from one of their supports. I like it. I like it. It's not easy playing the Phoenix into a Shadow Shaman. If you start diving forward, you're getting hexed up and you are probably staying there and dying. Though this is a very low armor, low HP hero that doesn't really build into anything like that. He's not really going to be going for a 4-staff, so no fluffy hats. So Tusk, Marcy, these two, those punches, they're going to be flying towards this Shadow Shaman. And we can see he already has bandages on his face ready for once that happens. So you have a snowball save for the shackles. If they connect on you, obviously that's not going to be happening. So what do they need? They need another support, probably a position 4, unless they're putting a Tusk on position 4, which could be a good hero for alone. So right now, I guess you pick up your offlaner. Veno? They pick up a Veno here. A hero that buys a vessel, good against the Ursa in lane, buys into a 4-staff as well, buys into a Lotus, which is also great against Rise. I wouldn't hate a Veno. I actually would like it quite a lot. I think it actually does make a lot of sense. Come on, XG, pick it up. They have only 40 seconds of reserve time. That's not going to be a lot to think about your last pick, so they're really thinking this through. I know the Sugarrat does play the Veno. He knows how to play those types of heroes that pretty much just claim one territory and never move. Also, you're missing out on some push power, so the Plague Wards will definitely help. So guys, Shadow Shaman, he summons the Serpent Wards, and Venomancer, he summons the Plague Wards because they bring the Plague. Invoker. Not a lot of things to set up for the Sunstrike. I don't know if you can get away with an Exort Invoker here. In the late game, you have damage. In the early mid game, you have no damage. It is a hero that can build into a vessel, though. But yeah, I think this has to be an Exort Invoker. So I'm hoping that they're going to have an offlane that's going to be able to utilize that. Other than that, I mean, okay. But it's not ideal. They're going to ban the Vano Rise Esports. That should have been the hero that XG picked up. Not in Narwhal. He's solid Invoker. I think I've mostly seen him play Quaswags, but I did see him play it in the past. So very much interested what's he going to do now. What else would the Ursa have troubles with? Maybe get rid of the Nature's Prophet. Anything that kind of creates space for XG isn't bad at all. Plus, the Ursa again doesn't deal too well. I guess if they pick a Nature's Prophet, you could go for your Jakiro and Black Archangel. That is something that he likes to play. And I think that's the hero he played with the Shadow Shaman. They're going to ban the Lycan. Okay, I didn't even know that one wasn't there. Oh no, they played the Jakiro a game before that one. But it still did. Okay, Lycan getting taken out. Yeah, I guess with the Nature's Prophet, you'll do better than against the Lycan. Lycan just uses his ulti and slaughters the poor Shadow Shaman. Nothing you can do about it. Nature's Prophet, on the other hand, will get caught by the Shadow Shaman multiple times in split push. Rise Esports, they need a support. What? Oh, they think this DP might be position 5. I don't know if they played a 5 DP. I wouldn't hate a mid DP here. It's not bad at all. If it is a DP in the mid lane, what would you want? Treant Protector. Okay, good. Not ideal, but pretty nice. Control for the Marcy. Laning stage for Jirsa. Defend the towers. Tower push from X3, non-existent. I already talked about it. They have damage issues. Tusk is good at diving that one, so they're gonna go for the Drow. They put the Marcy into the off lane. Okay. Oh, are we gonna have a brawling off lane? with Marcy Tusk versus the Ursa and Treant. From the hero picks, it might be the case, but overall, if X3 want to lane properly, they're going to put Alone with Nesfear and Dark with Sugarat. Because melee heroes aren't going to be doing well, especially not brawly melee heroes. They're not going to be doing well against the Phoenix. Okay. Laning stage wise, if it is the Drow and the Tusk, I still think, screw the lanes. I still think X3 are lacking in damage. They're lacking in damage. They're lacking in tower push. They're going to lose this game. I'm going to go for Rise Esports. Again, they're the favorites. I like their draft better. I think the other draft really has some holes in it. If it is a Quas Wax Invoker, you can catch people, but you can't kill him. If it's an Exert Invoker, you can't catch people, but you maybe can kill him. So it's a tough one. It's not an easy one to execute for X3. I think they're not fast enough on the map, even if they are going to be going for a Wex Invoker to run around to force things to happen until they do get their items. So I think with the slow pacing of the game that we have been seeing, that it is going to be more towers of X3 falling and less towers on the side of Rise Esports falling. You get the better out of the map, you get more farm, you win the game. With that being said, guys, we are going to be going into the game, but before that, we're going to have a word from our sponsors over at EGB.
Bets on esports, bets on streamers, impressive bonus system. Welcome bonus up to $600, cashback, artifacts, regular promotions, daily giveaways. Try yourself as a bookmaker. Great lines. EGB.com, more than just a bookmaker.
And there it is, the game has started. Rise Esports on the dire side, or on the losing side, if you want, in this series currently, because whoever was on the dire, they have lost. The Radiant side has won, or the last pick has won. I don't know which of those has made a difference, but either way, Rise Esports, they are going to be claiming this high ground right now with the smoke, so they are going for fighting. And it is going to be X3 laning this properly. I think X3 can crush the lanes. And this is the thing, I think they also have to crush the lanes, the side lanes especially, because they have the heroes that don't do that well in terms of damage. Dark, you don't want to be starting off with the Icarus dive. He's gonna have the movement speed, he won't have the Icarus dive, and he won't have his life dodge, and he starts off with the first blood. Last time around it was X3 that drew first blood on the bottom lane. Now it's gonna be the mid lane of Rise that does so, and they're gonna be quite happy with it. You come over top to take the trees down, but Rise Esports, they respawn, they come to defend them, they manage to do so, and they get themselves a kill on the best possible hero. The odds, again, in favor of Rise. Understandably so. But X3, they've shown that even against the odds, they can win. So let's see if they can do it again. Arrow comes forward, he's gonna get the shackles off, he's gonna be taking a lot of damage. Here comes the leech seed. Arrow, you need to run now. The stun from the centaur might actually allow him to live. They don't see him, and they will not see him. But let's see if Alone is ever gonna be seeing anything again in his life. It seems like that's gonna be happening. He gets himself to the high ground and survives. He's forced to use a salve, and the Shadow Shaman will go back to the base. Luckily, he does have the boot, so we'll be back to the lane fairly soon. But first wave for the centaur gonna be almost impossible to control. Arrow is running to the base. Run like the wind, because his centaur needs help. Top lane, nice blocks coming out from the Marcy and the Phoenix. Very nice done. Didn't expect the wave to be at this point. Also nice jump from Sugarat. Some really nice plays there. Coming out from the X3 offlane. Yes, they did feed the first blood, but it is what it is. Black Archangel gonna be burning a little bit. Not too good because he's a tree. You know, those can burn quite well. If any of you might be using wood to heat yourself in the winter, it still is cold here in Europe. You can imagine in Eastern Europe even more so. I remember I was traveling to, that was a couple of years ago, traveling to Russia. Maybe even like 4 or 5 years ago. That was a long time ago for a boot camp. I knew I bought a new jacket. Like, yeah, it's gonna be cold there. Even though we can have harsh winters here, it really does not compare. Blizzy gets the stun onto the two of them. Drow Ranger gonna be taking a lot of damage. Has to be careful in this one, and until Alone has the snowball, we are gonna be in trouble there. This is also the thing. You might be favored to win the lanes, but also you're not used to playing with your partner. We already saw a couple of mistakes, you know, in the laning phase of X3 sometimes, and it goes to show, you know, they might not be as good at laning just yet. The problem is with this is snowball is gonna be used, Blizzy, is that now you are gonna have an even bigger problem because you're not used to playing with each other. Alone is really playing with his life. He does have the healing style, so he's doing the most he can, and I like the way he's approaching it. Actually, it is stopping the Centaur from getting a ton of farm. Blizzy, he has shown that he knows how to CS with his hero, but either way is in a ton of trouble. Living Armor is going to be protecting him. Wow, I need help. I need two supports to help me here. So let's see if X3 are going to be taunting him a little bit with that one. Sugarat, like they find, just pops the sidekick there, but they won't be getting a single hit in with that one. Archangel lifts his arm and attacks the Phoenix, but not going to be doing all that much with just one attack. Phoenix is a low armor hero, so you always have to be careful against these heavy physical damage dealers. Blizzy, if there's like a duo of heroes that can do well against the Centaur and push him back, it's the Drow and they Tusk, because they don't care about your retaliate. They just do so much damage that it's worth it to trade. You know, heroes like a CM, when you hit the Centaur, it hurts your hero more. But when you have a Drow and a Tusk, it's actually very, very hard for a Centaur. Not hard if he does get a help from the Living Armor, and he's getting just that. Dodging this time around, he's gonna be crushing the mid lane. So got the first blood, so that's gonna be making a difference as well. So far, so good for Rise. But X3, they're not being shut down at all. Marcy jumps in onto the Ursa. Where are you going, the little teddy bear? Alone, dropping low. He's gonna have the snowball, but will he ever get a chance to use it? One more hit, not gonna be happening. Blizzy very low, and the snowball should be able to kill him alone. Standing his ground to fight, and he will not go down. Living Armor a little bit too late, don't you think, X3?
Oh boy.
Yep, was there someone who said that the bottom lane might go badly for them? They might not be used to playing with each other? Well, these two, they know what they're doing, and just like in game number 1, Rise Esports gets first blood, but X3, they get a double kill in the bottom lane, and Alone goes and kills himself. He has done his job in this world. He has secured everything he needs for the everything the next generation needs, and then he can go and rest. Not for long though, because he's gonna be coming back fairly soon. Gonna be 2 for 2 in terms of kills. Who died? Oh, he died. Ah, yeah. When someone is crazy, who died? I literally was following a Tusk, going into a tower to kill himself. My question is, who died? Yeah, it's I'm glad you guys have this good of a caster. I don't know how you would be able to watch this game without me, but let's go back to the mid lane here. 700 gold difference between the mid laners. Actually, 750. Well, there's gonna be Dodgerin losing all of his mana, so goodbye mana there. It will get the Living Armor on him. Not a tower, but I can impersonate it. Arrow looking very much dead. He is gonna have to shackle the Tusk, but it is not gonna be enough to save his life. Snowball is at the ready. Stun, hit. He wants the Drought to get it. High ground hit. Not gonna miss. Netsphere gets the kill. Arrow is dead. Centaur, he might be able to stand his ground, but the Shadow Shaman, he cannot. And it's even debatable if Blizzy will be able to do it. Once he gets the Vanguard, it is gonna be a bit different. Tornado, deny on the rune. Very nicely done. Net Narwhal has Invis. That's gonna be a lot of mana wasted. Usually, as an Invoker, you want to not use that one. I'd rather not. It's 175 mana. It used to be 200, so quite a lot to just throw away. It does have one mango, but it's not nearly enough to help you. Exorcism? Gonna be used. Go, my sweet sister. So the sweet sisters will go. They're not gonna be so sweet to the enemies of the Death Prophet. That is the Siege Creep wave. Last time, Rise Esports with the Siege Creep, they did a lot of damage. No hold will be used. They're going for the Invoker. All four of the supports are here. Natty Narwhal, can you go into this right now? Come on, Ghost Walk. Yeah, you are gonna be Ghost, but you're not gonna be walking. Actually, he is gonna be walking. It's not gonna be a Ghost. And in the end, it is only gonna be the Shadow Shaman that dies. Nesphere comes over to the mid lane. He protects his Invoker and makes sure that his team gets a kill. That is gonna be leaving the side lanes pretty much completely free. Dino can do whatever he wants against the Marcy. The Centaur will be able to farm as much as he wants, but in the end, it's not gonna be hurting Nesphere all that much to rotate. And now go back to the bottom lane. Very, very important that the Drow is having a good game, because then you can go for plays like this. Alone. And Nesphere on the bottom lane are gonna be farming. Nothing that the Centaur can do about it. He's gonna have his level 6, so maybe with the Stampede you can't really threaten the life of the Drow. Stampede being used. Yep, not gonna be really used to threaten anyone's life, because you are gonna be escaping with that one, hoping that you live. And you will dodge and does find the haste rune. A little bit unfortunate there for X3, considering that they brought so many heroes to the rune. But in the end, it is not going to be enough. So far, so good here for X3. Gold lead. It is nowhere to be found. It is equal currently in terms of net worth between the teams, but the Drow Ranger is having herself a grand time. Who isn't having a grand time is the Invoker. He might be the smartest guy on the map, but he's still a kid. Now Dino in a little bit of trouble, has to pop his ulti to survive, but Shagrat, he's not letting this one go. Slow down the little teddy bear, and then they smash it. This little girl, she's not getting new toys, but doesn't matter. We'll get some money, some allowance there for sure. Bottom lane arrow gonna be going down. Nesphere, he's dominating alone. He might go down here. He's gonna have a snowball, but the Gust there. I will save my buddy. Gust and the wind. Everything is flowing, and now Dodger is trying to live with this one with his Spirit Siphon. He might just be able to survive, but Nesphere, look at how he's kiting them. He's destroying them. One more hit on Dodger. He's still alive, and the arrows will not connect. But Nesphere, no problem. I can go on Blizzy. Arrow does refill the bottle. Till and Rise Esports, they get out of that one with Dodger's life intact. But that was a complete disaster.
Radiant are scanning.
Oof, first rotation from Rise Esports, and we saw X3. They don't have burst damage there. They can't bring heroes down fast, but they have enough because their Drow Ranger is so strong. 4.7k net worth Drow. Very rarely does this hero have this good of a laning phase, and he doesn't have to leave the lane for 10 minutes. This is it. This is what you want with the Drow Ranger. A very, very long laning stage, and that is exactly what X3 are getting. You want to buy time for your towers to live. You want to buy time for you to get the experience. You want to force out your enemies to use their spells defensively, and that is just what Rise Esports keep on doing. With the Stampede being popped. Arrow, oh, where do you think you're going? Your name is Arrow? Does that mean that you like them in your face, or maybe even in your heart? Nesphere gets another one. It's just amazing how well they're fighting these ones in Rise Esports. They are unable to get on top of the Drow. They are unable to protect themselves.
Short-sighted here.
Just continuing to increase in terms of net worth. This Drow will be a problem. Imagine a fast Hurricane Pike in this game. You can't catch her. You can't do anything. Phoenix. Level 5. Ursa is level 7, so he can purge off the Fire Spirits if he wants to. Going towards the Pally Fury. What does Shagrat want? Straight up BKB. I like this. I don't like the armlet. I think it's way too greedy, and sometimes it does really hurt there. Egg used. Okay. That's a little bit of a burning egg. So Rise, they don't want to get close. They'll get themselves away for now. They force out the big spell from X3. The only one they do have, actually. Urgarat, you can see the focus. Natty Narwhal laughing. He feels like the game is going well, and it is. For him, though, on the other side, it is not. He is the main reason that this game XG are not in a 1 or 2k gold lead currently. Drow Ranger. Man, that Hurricane Pike almost done. It's looking very dangerous for Ryze. Drow doesn't really need damage items. She needs levels and defensive items. Once you have those, the amount of damage that you dish out is actually going to be quite nice. Sugarat.
Radiant's bottom
Staying
tower is
alive.
under attack.
Just delayed. The name of the game. See, their towers are not dropping. Dark. It does have the Curse Dive, doesn't have the Egg. Dodgen dropping low, but the Spirit Siphons are just an insane spell. And now with the Stampede going forward, Nadinar with a beautiful tornado, but he's gonna get turned into a little chicken and then cooked. Arrow will be going down. Sugarrat joins the fight, but the Overgrowth will be there. Who do they kill? Is it gonna be Dark? Is it gonna be Sugarrat? They don't know. They didn't decide, and because of their indecision, they might not get anyone. Sugarrat's running away very fast, not fast enough. The Crit Swarm will get on top of him, finish him off, and it is going to be 3 heroes dead for X3. Ryze Esports, they get themselves away from the Drow, and when you don't have your carry, you don't have the ability to fight. They have the ability to save this tower though, with the exorcism expiring and heroes coming back to life. It will not be touched any longer. Ryze Esports, they win a fight, but they don't get an objective out of it. This is a problem. Your heroes, it is very important that they bring the towers down. Shadow Shaman has his ulti.
Thank you, my beauty.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
For a blink. Blizzy. He wants the blink as well, it seems like. He's not really having that great of a game on the Centaur. But it is not that bad either. I mean, compared to an Invoker, you're doing great. Once a Witchblade is gonna start leveling up the Exort, so Nadinar he sees that the damage issues are gonna be there. He is really struggling in terms of net worth. Coming back with an Invoker without the Midas is next to impossible. Your farming capabilities aren't really that high. Vino wants Sugarrat, he's gonna jump over and only the creeps will be there waiting for him. So Sugarrat just keeping himself safe until he gets that BKB. That is when he becomes dangerous. We saw the Marcy in the previous game. Obviously that was the one with the Battle Fury, but even one without it can be dangerous in the later portions of the game. Hurricane Pike almost done. The Force Staff is being delivered to Nesphere, so he basically does have the defense there that he needs. Charge is going to be big against Dodgen if you can get towards it, and I'm sure you want it as a Drow against the heals and of course to be able to farm quicker. But usually if you get a Yasha Hurricane Pike in a very early timing, then you don't get a shard before it.
Radiant's bottom tower
Let's see what
is
he
under
decides.
attack.
I'm a big fan of the shard either way. Lizzie be fine. Alone has a double damage, won't get the chance to use it. Only 1 point in tag team, but 4 point in shards. Very hard to escape those even with the Stampede. Alone is gonna use the DD to farm. The gold lead, non-existent. We saw in the previous game, this is how it started. But then one move from Ryze Esports went south, and suddenly XG were ahead. And I'm thinking that could happen in this one as well. You have a Drow, if she joins the fight, gonna be donezo for you. They're stacking the Ancients, they're gonna wait for the Ursa to get a Battle Fury before he goes for those. He's gonna be getting quite close now. Nadinar, well, he is gonna be deciding to go for the Midas. You can't really be thinking you can get away without that one. Meteor, level 1 Exort, does literally 0 damage to those creeps. They don't even know like what the hell that was. Meteors should be scary and hurt you if they drop on you. God forbid it happens to any of you guys, because you know, probably wouldn't be able to watch this any longer, but yeah, the one that the Invoker invokes, summons.
Radiant's top tower
Not that
is
big.
under attack.
Lizzie does have a blink, so finally they want to start pressuring this tower. They have the Serpent Wards, will place it. They want it. They really wanted that. You don't need the Exorcism now for it. One ulti is good enough. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, XG are already making their move. They brought the Drow. Nesphere is very aggressive there, and Dodgen might not feel too good. They get the silence on the Dirsa, but here's the Stampede. Dino is trying to get out, and he will use his ulti. Is it going to be enough to live? It seems like it is not. No, he gets tossed over the shard. Still not going to be enough to survive. Now Blink in from the center, doing some damage. It's not enough. Nesphere is low, and he has been caught in the shackles. Where do you think you're going? And the Exorcism will finish him off. A double kill for Dodgen. That ice wall there, it is keeping them away. Sugargrass finally pops the BKB, jumps in, but they will get themselves away. He's gonna be losing it fairly soon. No overgrowth to stop him currently. And with the deafening blast, but Blizzy! This is why you give him initiation heroes. This is why he is known for them. He will get another double man jump. And Rise Esports last time around they had a DK that didn't go so well, but when Blizzy is on these amazing heroes, he can
Radiant's
just
middle
make the
tower is
plays
under
over
attack.
and over again, and he's getting tips for a very, very good reason. He made that fight happen for his team, defended the tower, made sure that they clean up house. Only
Radiant's
one
middle
hero
tower has
survives
fallen.
on the side of X3. Sugargrass, your BKB
Dire's
reveal
top
just
tower
didn't go
is
too
under
well.
attack.
It didn't go too badly for him, but the rest of his teammates, they were just gone. Those were ultis there used on the side of Rise. That's nice. Now 4 ultis are on cooldown. There is going to be Stampede soon, but you have this downtime XG. If you want, you can use it to push down that mid lane tower. You're going for just that. Ursa again in the mid lane taking some damage, but with the ulti he'll be fine. Ice wall again used, but Dodger, it seems like he doesn't care. Does have the ults, will get the Tusk up in the air, but you're not going to be going forward. You understand the dangers. Shard into the Drow Ranger, does have the money to buy it, and there it is. Nesfir will go for it.
Dire are scanning.
You know? Go and farm. You want to blink on the Ursa? Do you have a Battle Fury blink? Yep. Okay. Again, so it doesn't go for a BKB first. Alone? Hiding there. He is surrounded by his own vision. If you look at X3's vision, it's very, very aggressive. No mana on the Treant.
Dire's middle
Really
tower
needs a little bit
is
of
under
help
attack.
there. He's gonna have it fairly soon for his ulti.
Dire's structures
It's
are
not easy to
fortified.
defend this one when you have to be so careful. He's coming over, he knows where the enemies are, but they know where he is as well, seeing clearly. And he's not gonna be protected by the rest of the trees either. So now they go in with the sidekick. The Drow Ranger's damage is gonna be insane, and the mid lane tower will fall. You have a Treant protector, but you're not gonna be defending this one. Still, the jump from X3 is not great. They still don't have any blinks. Tusk will have his soon. Invading the jungle, wanting to kill someone. They will not be finding a single hero, at least not just yet. They have good vision there, but Rise Esports, it was very easy to guess that they were being hunted. Drow, now on the top lane with the shard, you clear out waves with just the multi-shot. 10 to 10, and the 4-man smoke from Rise. They are showing the DP in the mid lane, a lot of wards here aggressively for X3. They might give them a false sense of security. Here was used by the Invoker. See there on the screen. Rise are coming over. Ursa with a blink. Once again on top of Nesfir still. The Hurricane Pike is there. To be very, very careful. Alone in a good position not to be caught. Aggressive vision from Rise. It is there. Blizzy. Do you get someone? That is a bit too deep. X3 are safe. We'll find an Ancient Stag though on Rise. It's going to be some nice gold. Sunstrike doesn't see them, but the shards will. It's not the heat, it's the cold that they're gonna be using. Sugargrass is going in, and he's gonna get hexed up. He has been caught. He does have the BKB Water Tornado, and that is the egg onto the high ground. You have to run, but you're going nowhere. Burn, freeze, everything in the books there for X3 just to do the damage. Rise Esports too deep. They wanted a fight, and yet again, just like in the previous game, they will go super aggressive and be punished for it. X3, they walk into Roche. They don't have the Unleash, so it's not easy, but they have so many buffs for the Drow. The Alacrity, the Sidekick, Nesfir, they can deal with this one. There's the Alacrity. Where's the Sidekick, Sugargrass? Let's go, let's see it. Roche bashes him. Oh, Alone jumps in onto Arrow. He's gonna be hexed up. Jump in from the Ursa. Immediate tornado there. Dino will be using his ulti. He's not gonna be killing everyone. He's just gonna go down. He can't move. The Drow Ranger has been caught with shackles. Dino Zavrik, he will die in the end. One more hit will do the trick. Rise Esports, they're losing heroes left and right. Arrow, where do you think you're going? Nowhere, my friend. Rise, overly aggressive, only getting the supports there. Thinking without the egg, their enemies can't fight, but they win the fight quite convincingly. And now back into the pit it is. 15 to 12 again. The game is going their way. They might have had some damage issues earlier, but Nesfir, now he's so farmed, and his damage output is insane. With the Asha, it's gonna be even bigger. Knight in R will with the Midas, at some point, he will be coming back into the game. Of course, this game far from over. Not looking the greatest for Rise Esports, but they still have not lost. Only 1k goal behind. It's only the first Roche that they have lost. And the BKBs, they're gonna start coming out. So Dodron, he'll have his after this small camp. BKB done. Ursa should have his in no time as well. Sugarat. Basher at the ready. Brigand's Blade as well. Guys, remember that time where the caster said that X3 don't have damage? Well,
Are fortified.
X3 have a lot of damage now. So, Sugarat, whoever he decides to punch is gonna be in a ton of trouble. You know, if anyone has watched One Punch Man, consecutive normal punches, well, yeah, that's pretty much how Rise Esports will feel when this guy gets a hold of him.
Is under attack.
Tusk wants the Aghanims alone,
Dire's top tower
wants
is
to
under
go
attack.
kung fu, kickboxing, whatever. It seems like boxing does not suit him any longer. You know, people are evolving, MMA getting more popular, and knowing just one martial art is not going to be good enough. Dodgen needs to get out with the Stampede. He'll be able to do just that, get himself away. The tier 2 here is taking some damage, not really all that much, and separate wards will get cleared out. Rise Esports, they need to bail. Blizzy does have the Crimson Guard. He's going full on armor, and this is what you do against the Drow. You know, this is going to be the main damage up, but also you're dealing with the Marcy, so physical damage, that is what you're dealing with. Yes, there is going to be some spells dealing with later on, but if you want to even have any chances, you need that one. Dino, you are caught. Where do you go? What do you do? Dino is dead. He needs to use his ulti just to survive a little bit longer, but not even that is going to happen. It is going to be a dead Ursa Bear. Then another kill for X3. They're not increasing their gold lead because they're running a little bit too much around the map. It is only Rise Esports farming, but they're losing heroes. So in terms of experience, X3, they're still gaining the lead. Marcy has the Basher. A Skull Basher. So the Skulls of Rise Esports, they're going to be bashed in. Let's see, Rise. Double-bodied Invoker has Witchblade, has a Midas. His experience is gonna be going through the roof as well. See if Blizzy can do his magic. Because that fight around the mid lane, that was the last time that Rise Esports did anything. For now, X3, with their moving around the map, it's very, very nice. Still have the Aegis, you want the tier 2, you want to do some damage onto it. You would not like the trade, but considering what you're going up against, it might not be too bad. You're going up against Separate Wards, Exorcism, and also Living Armor. So if you trade the towers, it's not that big of a deal. And look at it, Nesphere going for it with the alacrity. The damage output is actually quite high. It's going to be reduced a bit, but it's still very much there. And with the sidekick, he just has so many buffs. This Drow will be an even bigger nuisance in this game. Currently, the damage output is already super high from him. Blink out from the Shadow Shaman. He has been on the receiving end of the Frost Arrows too many times in this game, so doesn't want to deal with that again. Wow, so easy to clear out the waves when you have the shard. Thorsa has the BKB, DP has the BKB, Marcy has the BKB, Drow Ranger doesn't want it just yet. At some point you might want to get it, or maybe you're going to be going for a Linken's, but more defense is needed. Butterfly might not be bad at all against the Ursa. It does give you extra armor against the Death Prophet, you know, in the trees, but alone he's reading them like books. Literally, it's so easy to read them. Guys, going in, hacks onto the Invoker. They want to kill him. Dodger, if they use his ulti, they want the Invoker dead. They'll get the Invoker. Now, let's see, can they save Arrow? It seems very easy to do so. He gets the shackles onto Alone and a bonus. Sugarat, oh, you think you're going somewhere? Yes, to meet your maker. And that's going to be a double kill for Dodger. They also found the Phoenix. He needs to be able to use the Icarus dive and might be able to do it. As the Yols will use it on the center and gets himself over the edge there. It is gonna be 3 heroes dead on one side. Rise Esports, they lose no one. This is one thing that X3 don't have. They don't have as much of an initiation as Rise Esports do have currently. Blink Dagger on the Death Prophet, Blink Dagger on the Shadow Shaman, Blink Dagger on the Centaur. You only have one on the Tusk. And to be honest, It's not nearly as good
Tower is
as
under
the
attack.
initiations that Rise Esports have. Blink Hex, Blink Stun. It's just so easy, and their burst potential is insane. BKB of the Ursa not even needed there, but Dodgerin obviously did have to use his. If the Drow isn't instantly attacking when the fight is starting, you've lost it. That's how X3 need to look at it. So it has to be like, let them go for the Drow. We're gonna save the Drow so you can constantly be getting the damage out. Without the hero, you don't have enough damage to fight, and you're just gonna be running away. That's how it is. Yes, Marcy can deal a lot of damage as well, but she can be dealt with. If the Drow is attacking for 5
Radiant's
seconds,
top tower
Rise
is
will
under
probably
attack.
lose a fight. Halberd is being made by Rise right now. They know what they need to be dealing with. 5 seconds disarm on the Drow. Give me that bow. That's what you want to do. That is how you win. Invoker defending his tower. The Tornado is gonna stop the Siege Creep from attacking for a little bit, and X3 are smoking towards the top lane. Only 2 heroes of Rise are there, Arrow and Blizzy. You're staying here too long. And no, they're not. X3. Oh, they're killing our Invoker. Go back, save him now. No one is gonna be saving him. Actually, the Eels might. We have a sentry on the ground. There's the Serpent Wars. They can't attack him because they can't see invincibility. That is what it gives you. It is not invis, it is invincibility for the Invoker. The Ghost Walk keeps him alive, just barely. Rise Esports being greedy there, not having a sentry, not having anything to see him is gonna cost them a kill and their lives as well. They started off getting him super low, but it just was not enough. It does create a space for Rise Esports to push in the mid lane, push in the bottom lane, prepare themselves for another engagement without probably losing any objectives around the map. But it is not ideal. Okay, they'll lose the outpost. That is something that XG will claim. And considering the next Roche can be up in 40 seconds, it is a big thing to lose for sure. We'll see now. Rise Esports probably are going to be going for a smoke. Second Roche, very important for the Ursa. We already discussed in the previous game. Shard, very, very important. You need to have it. You don't want to be losing the gold. Shard for X3, not that important, so they might just let it go. But if you can deny it from the Ursa, it's just amazing. We saw it in the previous game, just how much it hurt Rise Esports. This is the thing. Dire is better at Roche until the tier 2 starts falling. When the tier 2s fall, it is gonna be the Radiant side is gonna be controlling the top part of the map better. So you lost the first Roche where arguably you could have better control of that area. And now the second one, you might not have that good of a control of that area. Outpost, you need to take it back now. Dodger immediately goes over there and we'll make sure that it does go the way of Rise Esports. Smoke was used by X3. It's a 5-man smoke. They want to reclaim this area, but they're going into 5 heroes. If they initiate first, it might be a lot better, but he will be caught. The silence comes out a little bit too late. Oh, he's a very hard guy to kill. And then Egg onto the high ground. This time around, not good enough. We do lose arrow. If he did buyback, no buyback on the Phoenix just yet. Jump in from the Mars. He wasn't busy there. Busy taking a lot of damage, but surviving. And there's the overgrowth. The roots will come from the ground, and Claimy Dino is standing his ground against Sugarcraft, and he is winning. He is winning against everyone. He already has a triple kill in the Yules of the Nesphere. He will be a little chicken. And give me that meat. A lot of protein for this bear. Look at how strong he is. Right now, Roche will not be spawning, luckily for X3. But that is a perfect fight for Rise Esports with just one buyback. They clean up house completely. 20 to 20 in terms of kills. But when it comes to net worth, when it comes to gold, when it comes to what matters, Rise Esports definitely ahead. Man, Ursa is such a beastly hero in the current meta. He's good at laning, he is good at farming, he is good at killing, and he is good at late game. Like, is there anything this hero can't do? Push towers, I guess. But he is still a solid objective taker considering the Roche. Dino is gonna be continuing to farm. He wants the Nullifar. Went for that in the previous game as well, but now he's gonna have it much, much earlier. Sunstrike into the pit. We'll see that the Roche still isn't up, and X3, they're happy. They can still go for something. This Phoenix needs to be careful. That egg, if the egg does not pop, the fight is lost. So many ifs for X3. There's a lot of ifs for Rise Esports as well. They don't have a buyback on their Shadow Shaman. That is one of the main ways to lock people down. Make sure that the Drow isn't attacking. So now you have a clear target if you're X3, but very nice at Rise Esports. They're saving their buybacks. They understand the Roche fight right now. Could change the game completely. Could make the game very easy for them to win. Inmo needs the BKB. Drow has a BKB. You need it. You definitely need a BKB in this one to remove the overgrowth. You have the Manta, but also you need a BKB to make sure that you're not a critter for the entirety of the fight. The hexes from the Shadow Shaman are really making a difference. Arrow, he's the only one that is playing this hero, and it is not something that the players are used to. He has a blink, he has the force, he's very hard to kill. It's very easy for him to catch people. Centaur, 22 armor. That is very weird for this hero. He basically has, you know, all of the armor that he needs against the Drow because you just want bonus armor because of the piercing shot. Smoke on smoke action. Better positioning currently for Rise. X3, they're the ones that need to claim the high ground, but they're going all the way around. Rise Esports, they're coming down, going in. They missed the initiation and the silence of the arrow, but the jump in. They found the Drow Ranger and the bashes are there, but with the 4-step, X3's gonna be fine. Overgrowth just in time. Without the Drow, there is no damage. You need to run. Meteors coming from the sky, but they will not do enough damage. It is just gonna be a meatball for Rise Esports to gobble up. And the chase is on. They did lose their support, but losing their cores, it's gonna be an impossible endeavor for X3 to get those down. And Sugarat just TPs back to base as his teammates fall. Rise Esports, they claim the fight, and they'll claim the Roche. That's gonna be the Shard. That's gonna be an Aegis for the Ursa, who now changes his mind and says, I want an Abyssal. He sees he can kill this Drow with ease. If he gets the bash into an Abyssal, it is gonna be an easy solo kill for him. Chart for the Ursa, immortality for the Ursa as well, and a tier 2 for Rise Esports here. Blizzy will make sure of it. He wants the last hit as well, but is not going to be doing too well there, so might be a bit mad on himself, but that's just a small chunk of gold that you're giving away, but a big chunk of map you're giving to your team. He wants the heart next. He was thinking about a overwhelming blink, but he decides it's the heart. And he will have more than 4,000 HP once he does get it, so good luck going through all of that, especially if he has the living armor. There's 34 armor with the living armor and 4k plus HP. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna need a truck to toss onto him, and then a couple of more, maybe a tank as is more of a weapon you would use for that one. Alone, he's trying to finish off his Aghanims. That is a big one, especially against the Ursa. Ursa jumps onto the Drow, you kick the Ursa away. No bear on the Drow, no kill on the Drow, most likely. The Exorcism, though, can be quite dangerous as well. He has the Abyssal. He's gonna have a Nullifier as well. Ooh, God help X3, because that is who they need. They need supernatural beings to be on their side here. Lord Gaben, he's watching this game, and he'll see if X3, they do deserve his blessing. Right now, Rise Esports, they don't need a help from a deity. They're doing everything themselves. They go for a smoke. They want to put their enemies in a coffin right here, right now. Sugarat, he's gonna be destroyed. Look at that. The 4 of the heroes just jump on your head. They appear out of nowhere, out of thin air. We are here, and the base is ours. The tier 3 will be dropping down if you don't deal with those, but now here's the Aghanims after they kick the Ursa back. He's been silenced up, but does get the ulti up. She's not gonna last all that long. The egg, though, this is the problem. This is something that's gonna allow the side of X3 to hold the line. What a tornado. As soon as the BKB jumps in from Blizzy, he doesn't get a stun onto anyone, but the Marcy will be bashed up, Abyssal up. One more hit. He might actually go down, and with the overgrowth onto all of them, they have been found. Silence from Netsphere. Gonna be turning around. He's trying to do damage to dodge it, but he's only tickling him because this Centaur is right next to him. There's gonna be a kickback. Dodge in a lot of trouble. He has the ult to keep himself safe. 2 heroes on X3 without buyback, and now the Narwhal, he did use his as well. There is gonna be an ice wall there. Let's see Blizzy. Does he care about that one? No. Strong fur, big fur, and he's gonna be keeping himself warm and healthy from both the Drow and the Invoker. X3, they get nothing. And Now, jumping in again. There is going to be a hex. They have one more. They found the drow. Where's your 4-step? Nowhere, because you will not move. Not getting out of a stun. Not getting out of it alive. At least. Does drop down, does have a buyback. Has to wait for that Tusk if you want to have any kind of chances of continuing this fight. But it's looking very much over here for X3 Rise Esports. They strike fast and they strike hard. And it seems to be enough this time around. X3, the Tusk is going to be coming back. He does have the Walrus kick. Short legs, but very, very heavy. It's gonna be enough for Rise Esports to get out. Jump in from Blizzy. He's gonna get kicked into the fountain. And sorry, Blizzy, but even with the Crimson Guard, the fountain is a little bit too strong. That's buyback from Nesphere. Here comes the Sunstrike. Black Archangel barely lives through that one, and he gets into the trees and doesn't live because of a beautiful snipe coming out from Alone. That is a kill X3 shouldn't have gotten, but just with beautiful spell usages, they do. Unnecessary jump coming out from the Centaur, but it did force out a buyback on the Drow. One more fight is what is separating Rise Esports from winning this game, from winning this series. There is a downtime on the Exorcism, 120 seconds, 110, sorry. So X3, you use it. You use this timing right now. You dive as much as you can. If you don't win a fight now, you probably never will. Nesphere leading their charge. Follow me. Let's go. Everyone, let's take him down. You know, he's in the trees. He doesn't know. He's gonna be spotted right now. Where's the Tusk? He needs to be the one. He punches him. Does have the kick as well, but let's see, punches and kicks versus claws and teeth, and the Drow has been caught. She's a chicken, not scared at all. Now it's gonna be caught with the BKB, immediate overgrowth, has the mantle to get out of it. The bear is still going forward. He does have Jaegers, even if he dies. It's not a big of a deal. They're cutting him. They wouldn't want to kill him, but in the end, they might actually do it. No, they're not gonna be doing it. They lost their Drow. Their damage is not here in this game. It's time to call GG. This was your last shot, and you blew it. X3 will not be the winners of this game, and they will be the losers of this series as Rise Esports claims another game and the full series here for themselves. Very nice performance from both teams in this series. I thought Rise Esports were coming in as the heavy favorites. In the end, they did show they were the favorites, but definitely not as much as I thought. X3 showing that they can win a map against them, that they can play even when they're losing. In the end, they are going to be losing the series, but it took a lot from Rise. They banned every single hero that X3 likes to play, and then they picked them apart slowly, showing that on paper, on the court, they are still a better team, but it was not an easy series whatsoever. It's going to be lasting quite long. Of course, if you guys remember, we did have a slight delay before we got in, so that's why we're finishing this late, this series, but it really isn't that big of a deal. We still got ourselves some great Dota, but you know what? You think great Dota is done for today? Well, it's not, because there is one more series going your way, and it is going to be PuckChamp versus HF coming your way right after a short break, so stay with us.